Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your daily tarot reading. Thank you for joining me in today's reading. So I'll be using the Universal Weights deck and the Starseed Oracle deck in today's reading to find out what messages come through and what energies you may be dealing with on this day. So remember to take what resonates and to leave behind whatever you feel does not. So let's find out what messages come through in today's reading. So the first card we have is the High Priestess. The next card we have is the Seven of Cups. So you could be dealing with a water sign, a Scorpio, Pisces, or even a Cancer. And finally we have the Devil card. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn with the Devil card. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so with the Ace of Cups, this is a card that is showing opportunities for emotional fulfillment. So there could be a chance to start on a new clean slate that's free of emotional baggage, like maybe insecurities or unresolved emotional issues because of past. With this card, it shows that you may be at the end of a lonely time and at the end of a period where you may have been experiencing a lot of emotional hurt, and you may be getting the chance to turn over a new leaf, where you have the chance at a new or a renewed deeper connection. That's some deeper connections that you can trust. The Ace of Cups also shows that the connections that you may be starting on this day, what with the Ace of Cups being a card that shows new beginnings, those connections are connections that may be more emotionally fulfilling, and there's a chance to learn spiritual lessons that come out of any experiences that you may have had before this new beginning. And this card shows that listening to your intuition and your gut instinct could be very important at this time when that Ace of Cups comes out. So with the High Priestess, this card to me is showing an energy of the voice of reason. So this is also similar to the Ace of Cups because it also is about focusing on and prioritizing hearing your intuition and your inner voice or your gut instinct more so over your more intellectual and conscious mind. With this card, there could be someone in your life that takes this mediator-like role of being that voice of reason, somebody who's wise, and this is a very spiritually oriented person or energy. It could also be you developing more out of your spiritual practices and being able to get a lot out of practices like praying or meditating, for example. Those are some good ways to get into this High Priestess energy. And you may even be working on a new spiritual practice. And this card shows there is a chance at finding a lot of fulfillment in any new spiritual practices that you may be exploring at this time. And then with the Seven of Cups, this card shows a lot of options being available to you. You may be having a bit of a difficult time making a decision because there's so many options, and it could be that these could be a lot of different options that are competing for your attention. So with this card, it can show illusions as well, and you could be hearing a lot of promises from a lot of different people, and it could be difficult to know what to trust in all of these options that could be being presented to you. It could even be distracting. It may be best to get some more time before making any final decisions or before choosing. Turning to this High Priestess energy over here could also be very helpful. So if this is another person, this could be a mentor or some kind of a teacher that you can turn to assist with that Seven of Cups energy. Or it could also be about being able to go within and listen to your higher self, perhaps lean on your more spiritual practices, but also to make sure that you are approaching making a decision from a place that's more grounded. Because with the Seven of Cups, this card can also show a possibility of escapism through entertaining so many different options without a concrete, solid aim or a goal for where exactly you would want this to go or to lead. If this is a reference to a relationship, this could show somebody else's energy, and this card shows that someone else may also be maybe giving you a little bit of the runaround at this time, and this is the kind of energy that is not intentional at all. So it's advisable to also take caution with that kind of energy as well, and the indecisiveness that could be coming out on this day. And it could also show hyperproductiveness with that Seven of Cups energy. So hyperproductiveness, like being busy for the sake of being busy. And even with the Devil card, where a person could be working themselves to the detriment of their own well-being. This card is really an unfulfilling energy. It leads to a place of feeling empty, and like you're losing yourself. And it's also interesting how we have the High Priestess and the Devil card here, which are really polar opposite energies. And in between them is the Seven of Cups energy, which is about having to make a decision. So it could be that the decisions that you will be making on this day maybe hold a lot of importance, and there could be very different options that you may be choosing from. That can show some opposites like good and bad, good and evil. If this is another person that is coming through, perhaps in a relationship, if this is the other person, then this card is also showing that that person could possibly be in a place where they feel personally powerless at this time, or they could be feeling very trapped, and they may be resorting to unhealthy behaviors and patterns to keep you around them. And this person could be more dependent on you than they let on, but their feelings of powerlessness might stop them from being direct and vulnerable about it to you. And so that could make them come across as selfish in how they behave or how they handle your feelings and your emotions. Well, this person is self-sabotaging, because I'm also getting that this High Priestess energy over here is your energy, and that could be you. And so this other person that is shown with the Devil card is someone who could actually learn quite a lot from the High Priestess, and they could really benefit from the kind of guidance that could come out of the High Priestess energy. So this could be a person who may be also self-sabotaging, and it's like they are playing themselves. So this Devil card could also be the emotional baggage that you may be dropping with that Ace of Cups energy at the bottom of the deck. And with that Ace of Cups, it's showing that you could also be doing the dropping of the emotional baggage in a way that is perhaps quiet and calm. This Ace of Cups card shows that you could get a chance to enjoy quite a lot of joy and happiness and an emotional relief really from that Devil card, and getting a break from that. You could also be experiencing a spiritual breakthrough coming out of dealing with this energy. And this could also lead to you having a grasp of your emotions and being able to keep it pushing in a direction that is perhaps more positive and more freeing. So let's find out what message comes out with the Starseed Oracle deck. So the card we have here is this card over here, and it says the Seven Star Sisters, Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life, Expression. So it says that this is the card of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions like what wants to be birthed through you, what new creations are whispering in your ear, what beauty are you being called to make. Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They could occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. So with this card, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity. And It's possible that you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business or a book, or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or in the way you cook. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity. Also, with that Ace of Cups, that's the card also all about creativity and being able to put yourself out there. So with that Ace of Cups, it's also all about being able to be open and trusting your intuition, your gut instincts when it comes to meeting new people, or when it comes to new romances, or when it comes to any projects that you may be wanting to start. So this is all about being able to give life to that creative expression that is within you as well. Okay, so that is all I have for you for today's reading, Sagittarius. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you in tomorrow's reading. Bye, Sagittarius.